All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Elaine Christian with the City of West Palm Beach Office of Sustainability, and we are so excited to introduce you to the Climate Smart Floridian Certificate Program. If you have any questions during the presentation, please drop them in the chat box and we will have Q&A at the end. We are recording today's presentation and I will be sending out a follow-up email after today's presentation to the email that you registered with, which will include the recording in case you'd like to share it or watch it again. And also it will include any important links or resources that are mentioned today. And now let's transition to Penny Redford, our Resilience and Climate Change Manager, so that we can learn more about the Climate Smart Floridians program.
Well, welcome everyone. Happy Friday. We were trying to do some music and it wasn't working out, so I put a little Miguel mix in there, so hope you enjoyed that. So Climate Smart Floridians, we are so excited to be offering this program. We're partnering with IFAS and the University of Florida. This is a program that they developed that we are going to be adapting. So why are we here and why are you here? That's what we're going to talk about. And we've got our modules, our commitment or your commitment, work, homework, computer requirements. Those are the things we're going to be going over today. So as far as why is it that you're interested, why are we giving the program? Well, obviously, climate change is one of the defining issues of our time. And we're looking for the future. You know, I want to make sure that we have this beautiful earth, this beautiful West Palm Beach that we're experiencing and enjoying now. So we are hoping that you are going to become community climate champions. This program is going to go over a lot of information. It's going to give you a good core understanding of climate change issues. And we're going to focus on West Palm Beach, on the impacts and the issues that are in our city. So the people that have applied for this program, I just want you to know we are giving a preference for West Palm Beach residents and businesses because this is the first time that we've done it. And we want to make sure that, you know, we focus on our city, but we're also looking at some other programs down the road. And that's something that Elaine can talk to you about a little bit later. And engagement. So this is not going to be us just lecturing and to you and sort of filling up your head with all kinds of data and information. It's a two-way street. So we want to make sure that you're engaged. You're going to have homework. You're going to have breakout groups. We're going to be really working together and hopefully we'll come up with some great ideas and potentially solve some issues while we're in this group. So keep that in mind. That means we want to see you, we want to hear from you, and we want this to be a real partnership. The city of West Palm Beach has been really diligently working on climate change issues and sustainability issues, but we can't do it by ourselves. It's actions that everyone is going to take individually, your family, your friends, at your workplace. And that's why we need the community climate champions. This program also is a certificate program. So when you complete that, you will get a certificate. I'm going to just pretty much go quickly through the different modules that we're going to have. Not going to really touch base on any specific information for them, but I am going to just, talk about it. So obviously climate change. This is a module that is mandatory for you to attend. I'm just going to say all the modules are mandatory, but we understand that life happens. And so if you miss one, you'll be able to make it up. But we want you to be committed to the program because, hey, we have had, Elaine, is it how many people we've got interested in this program?
I think it's around 70 or so.
Right. And we're really looking at about 20, maybe 25 people at the max for this virtual program, so we can make sure that we do have that interaction. So climate change module, very important. It's going to set the tone for everything else. And then home and renewable energy, of course, very important. Our city has a net zero by 2050 greenhouse gas emission target, which means we do not want to be contributing any greenhouse gases by 2050. So understanding renewable energy is going to be vital for that. Florida yards. Well, look, we have water everywhere. We have, this lush area, and we need to know how to really take care of it. What are the best practices? What can we do to encourage habitat, to reduce chemicals? All of those things are going to be touched on in this. Food. Well, a lot of people don't really think about all the food waste and the kinds of impacts that food has on the environment, on climate change. And this is going to really help you understand your food print and to maybe appreciate a little bit more about where your food comes from and how that impacts climate change. I don't think we need to tell anybody in Florida how important water is. Our city has surface water supply, so we're a little bit different than a lot of the other communities in our area. We're going to touch on that, and we're also going to look at just the importance of water overall. I also just put up there the water energy nexus. So the point there is it takes energy to purify the water to drink. So every time you're wasting water, you're really wasting energy too. We'll get into all of that when we get started with the modules. Green building and transportation, another really important area. Transportation is, well, I will say green building and transportation are usually the two top greenhouse gas emitters. And for our city, transportation is it, followed closely by buildings. So another very important area to understand. Consumption and waste. I recognize even though I try very hard to not be an over consumer, that I still have a lot of things that I could probably do without, or I could certainly look at upcycling or reintroducing those items to folks that could use them instead of keeping them, putting them in the waste stream. So just a lot of thought-provoking ideas on consumption and waste. Those are the quick overview of all of the modules, and we'll be looking to you to see if you have any really important sort of touch points within those that we'll try and help address as well. So now this is more the logistics. Elaine, take it away.
Thank you. All right, so these are our module dates and times for February and March. So we have a lot of Thursday evenings in there from 6:30 to 8 p.m. and a couple Saturdays. So Saturdays will be 10:30 to 12 p.m. So these are really important dates and times if you are registered or have applied for the program and you've been approved. These are the dates that you need in your calendar. All right, we go on to the next slide. Your commitment. So this is a big commitment. You're committing to all 7 modules. You know, we really want you to read and participate with each module that we have. Participants are allowed to miss 1 class, as Penny mentioned. If you do miss a module, you know, we do understand that some things happen, things come up. We ask that the recording is watched and completed before the next class so that you can stay up to date with us and what we're going through and what we're discussing with the rest of the class. And also the first class, as Penny mentioned, is mandatory. So just the significant importance of the climate change module, we really want to emphasize that you need to be there for that first module. It is very, very important. And we are saying that if it is missed, that will forfeit your place in the program. So it is very important. If you do have to miss any of the other programs, if something really does come up, you know, we are going to work with you. You know, we don't want to just cross you out, you know, say you're banned from the program or anything like that. But we just want to get the point across that this is a big commitment. We do have a lot of people that are interested in the program. So if you know ahead of time that you're not able to commit to all 7 modules, please let us know. And we are looking at future dates for offering this again. So don't feel like this is your one and only chance to get this Climate Smart Floridian program. And your homework. Yes, so as Penny mentioned, there will be homework. We do expect you to do some things before the class and after class. So before the first module, you will have a self-assessment. And so this is just going to ask some basic questions about what you're doing currently, a lot of questions of what's going on at home, kind of your appliances and things like that. So nothing too crazy, but we just kind of want to get you thinking about what is going on in your day-to-day life. Also, the modules will be emailed each week. So we are asking that you read, review, and jot down any questions that you have for that module. And the modules range from 6 to 14 pages. So I believe the climate change module is our longest one at 14 pages, but we do have some shorter ones. And if you noted from the module dates and times, we do have a couple that are combined. So like we have green building and transportation combined. And so that would mean that you would need to read over both of those modules, but they are shorter. So we're keeping it under 14 pages. And also it's important to note that communications will be sent from me, echristian@wpv.org. So if you have applied for the program, you've been approved for the program, and you aren't seeing emails from me, you may want to look in your spam folder and make sure nothing's getting lost there. But, and you can also always just email me and make sure that we both have each other on our approved senders list, so nothing gets lost there. And go on to our next slide. Computer requirement, big component here. So computer access is required with Zoom capabilities. And we say computer, you know, computer, laptop is going to be preferred because on your phone or on a tablet, it's going to be a little bit small where you're not going to be able to see the content. So we really, really want to emphasize that a computer is going to be a preferred way of completing this program, especially virtually. So if you have a camera, a microphone, those are really important, and also a Zoom account, which is free. We will be sending out these Zoom links to you, so that'll be sent from us. So you don't have to worry about too much going on with Zoom. You just need to have an actual account. And if you do, I know there's some computers that maybe doesn't have a microphone, so I know you can link in your phone to provide audio that way. That's totally fine. But we want you to have a camera, a computer, and a microphone, whichever way that all comes together. And as I mentioned, the classes will be on Zoom meetings. So this is going to allow for engagement. Today's program is set up as a webinar, so we can't see you right now, but in the meeting, we will be able to see you and hear you. So we want that engagement with you. And I do want to emphasize Zoom etiquette. So very, very important when we have a larger group of people. When we're in the meeting, you want to make sure that you're muting your microphone when you're not talking. You want to be mindful of background noise. So when your microphone is not muted, avoid activities that could create additional noise, like shuffling papers. You also want to position your camera properly. So if your camera is kind of on the, maybe laying down, maybe looking up at the ceiling, we can't see you. We really want to see your face and be able to engage with you. Have the camera sort of at that eye level is going to be best. And also limit distractions. So you can make it easier to focus on the program by turning off your notifications, closing or minimizing any running apps that you have or pages that are open on your computer, and also muting your phone as well, so that's not distracting you. Avoid multitasking. Again, we really want you to be focused in on this program, and also come prepared. So just make sure that you're reading over those modules and jotting down any questions that you want us to address during the class. And if you do have any, and links, will be emailed, but also calendar invites. So hopefully that'll make it easier so that you can remember when the meeting is. If you do have any questions or issues with Zoom though, please just let us know. We're happy to help. I do understand, Penny and I both have Zoom issues, it seems, on and off. You just never know what's going to happen. Things change with Zoom, they have updates. So really just let us know if we can help in any way. We're happy to do so. And if you're not comfortable with Zoom, or say you have a computer like the one shown here that may be older, maybe doesn't have a camera, doesn't have a microphone, and isn't running very well, don't worry. We are planning for possible in-person classes in the future. We're looking at a May, June time period, so not too far off. So just hold out for us, and we'll have those dates posted soon, hopefully. And
I just want to add, I've been trying to keep an eye on the chat box, and we will be sending this video presentation out to you afterward, so you can see the dates and times again. And Elaine, are the dates and times listed on what's the website?
Yes, so our website is wpb.org/climatesmart. And I did put that in the chat box a little bit earlier, but if you've logged in since then, you may not be able to see it, but wpb.org/climatesmart. And I will include that link in the follow-up email. So everyone who is attending today, or even if you've just registered and logged in with a different account, I'm going to send a follow-up email to everyone. So I have all of your email addresses when you signed up. And I'll send information out to you. So it will include that link. It'll include the link to the recording and anything else that we're chatting about today. So you'll have all that information there for you.
Also, because there is going to be a lot of information, we may be setting up a Dropbox for anyone who might not be able to accept bigger attachments in their email. So that shouldn't be a concern either.
Yes, and everything will be sent in the same email. So we won't send you 10 different emails in 1 week. You'll have everything compiled and hopefully organized for you. And I do also want to mention, for those that I know there's some people who have been approved that are attending today. And if you've been approved and we're going through all this information and you realize like, hey, this may be too much of a commitment for me, or maybe you want to wait for those in-person classes, just let us know. So send us an email back and just let us know, because we do have a wait list going. There are a lot of people interested in this program. So we're really looking at how we can, again, get those next dates up and also accommodate everyone who is currently signed up as well. And our next slide is on supplies. So we are going to be giving out conservation supplies and kits to everyone who has been approved and taking this program. So we want you to learn firsthand ways to reduce your carbon footprint and also share your ideas and experience with these kits and information with your family and also your community. So these are just some pictures here of some items that we have available. We have a lot more, so definitely not just what's pictured here, but even some kids material too. So if you do have kids or kids in your family or maybe next door, maybe they can use that, that material as well. But even our energy conservation kit, our water conservation kit pictured, the second one from the left. And then we have some other kind of energy efficient like gaskets and door sweeps and things like that. We have lots of resources for you guys. So we're excited to get those out to you. And we are going to have a February 6th kind of drive-through pickup day. And that information will be emailed to you if you've been approved for the program. We'll have a certain time period, and I believe it's going to be at Gaines Park. But again, I'll send all that information out to you, and that'll be a good day when you can hopefully swing by and pick up those items. If you cannot make that day, if you have a huge conflict, just let us know. We'll work with you and make sure you get those supplies.
And I just want to clarify, this program today is an introduction to that class that we are holding. That doesn't mean that just because you're here today that you've been approved for the class. We do have a limit, as I said earlier, of 20. We really wanted to keep it 20. We've got so much, interest, so we might bump it up a little bit. But yeah, you need to fill out your application, and then you'll be notified by Elaine. So this is just a program to let you know about Climate Smart Floridians, and we'll be, like Elaine said, doing more programs as well. So if you don't make it this time, we'll have your info. We'll keep you posted.
And if you do, I just put the link again in the chat box for the application. Go ahead, and if you are really interested, go ahead and apply. I know I just said we're pretty full, but go ahead and apply so that we have your information, and we will send out the dates and times when the next session is available to you. So we will keep you in our list of contacts so that we'll reach out to you again in the future. And now, a little bit of a closing video here on Climate Hope.
Carbon dioxide has reached levels not seen in millions of years.
Climate change is here and getting worse.
Extreme weather has wrought havoc all over the world.
It's happening here and now.
We are running out of damage by the war.
So there's been a lot of news about climate change. A lot of bad news, that is. And for the good news?
Right.
Well, there hasn't really been any. Until recently. Today we're facing the hard truth of climate change with the stubborn relentlessness of human will. And good news is happening.
Right. And now for some good news.
Every day, new solutions are emerging, and not just wouldn't it be neat if solutions, real solutions. Our ability to convert sunshine into usable energy is rapidly becoming more advanced and accessible, which is great because every hour the sun is sending enough raw energy to Earth to meet the entire world's energy demands for a full year. And the cost for clean energy technologies is dropping. Right now, the cost of solar energy is equal to or cheaper than fossil fuel energy in about 79 countries.
I didn't even know there were 79 countries.
And the electric car market is booming thanks to falling battery prices. And guess who likes that?
Who?
All types of people from around the world are starting to embrace renewable solutions. Schools are being powered by clean energy. Financial institutions are realizing dirty energy is a bad investment. And businesses are finding that going green is good for the bottom line. Which leads us to more good news. These solutions are actually working. It turns out that what is good for the environment is also good for the economy in many ways, like reducing poverty, spurring innovation, and creating jobs. In 2013, nearly 6.5 million people were employed globally by the renewable energy industry.
Job creation. Brilliant.
Right, and while other industries are shrinking, renewables are growing as new technologies and capabilities are being rapidly discovered.
And here's some more great news.
This groundswell of support for renewable energy is forcing leaders and governments to take action. The two biggest carbon emitters, China and the US, have made moves to curb their carbon pollution and invest in cleaner energy technologies. And they're not alone. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is convening nations to forge a climate treaty that could unify the world to work together and lower our carbon emissions, transitioning us to a global clean energy society. We all know the bad news. Climate change is here. It's big, it's bad, and it's hurting us and our economies. But the important thing to know is that there is also good news. We have solutions here today, not dreams or wishes, real-world solutions that are ready to go and that are already saving money and improving lives.
Everyone's a winner.
If we rally around this good news and embrace solutions, we can forge the path to a clean energy future and make sure that progress is our new reality.
That's good news. Thank you for watching.
Well, also, obviously, that's an older video, was done even before the climate agreement in Paris in 2015. As I'm sure most of y'all know, the past administration pulled us out of that climate accord, but our incoming administration is going to join back, have the US join back with the Paris climate agreement. So yeah, little bit outdated information there, but the point we wanted to get across was that there is hope. There's a lot we need to do for sure, and we do not need to lollygag, right? We've got to get moving, but we want to present the positive side of things and not just look at and you know, we don't want you to think of just gloom and doom.
Definitely. So thank you guys for joining us today. I just want to go over quickly before we get to Q&A. You know, we have a lot of programs going on in the Office of Sustainability outside of Intro to Climate Smart Floridians. But we have, just to mention a few, we have our rain barrel program. So we give away free rain barrels to City of West Palm Beach water customers. We give away free trees to City of West Palm Beach residents and businesses. We have a high efficiency toilet voucher program where we give away free $125 vouchers for you to upgrade your older toilets. That's also for City of West Palm Beach water customers. We also have a current ongoing, or these are all current, but currently until February 22nd, we have a BioBlitz going on. So if anyone uses iNaturalist or is interested in just learning about the plants and animals that are around your home or just in your neighborhood, this might be a great program for you to take part in. It's kind of a competition between everyone to see who can find the most species in your backyard or in your neighborhood or just in the West Palm Beach area. So Penny and I have been on there posting some animals and plants around our house, and we want you guys to be involved too. So I'll send out information in that follow-up email about the BioBlitz. iNaturalist is really easy to use, and we have some great kind of tutorial videos that we can link as well to help you if you're not familiar with iNaturalist. But it's really fun just to see all the different types of animals and plants that are out there and that we can identify. So with that, I want to get to some questions and answers. Penny, we had a question about, where was it? I saw it. Trying to keep track of everything. So do you think this program is appropriate even for people that know a lot of this information already?
No, I'm going to say yes, because we are going to be focusing on West Palm Beach impact. So if anything, it's going to reinforce what you know, add some, maybe some information about your own community. And actually, most importantly, you're going to be able to share peer to peer. So I feel like when my neighbors, when my family, when my friends know and can talk with me about things that they're doing in their life and in their work, it makes me want to get like on board more, you know. So I think it's going to be really helpful to have people that already have some background and information so they can share.
And if anyone has thought of any other questions, let us know. We see one here for, is this available to county residents? And
Oh, you want me to be the bad guy and answer that? Okay, so I saw that look. Well, again, we're putting a focus on West Palm Beach businesses and residents now. It's the first time we've done it, so you understand we're trying to, you know, to do that because we are the city of West Palm Beach. But that's not to say that it will be the case always. And I also have talked to the county resilience office, and we'll be talking with some other sustainability directors in our area. It may be that they could join together to put a program on as well. This is the first time this Climate Smart Floridians has been offered in our area. And it's actually a pretty new program with IFAS anyway. So don't be discouraged. We are trying to get the word out and to, you know, loop in as many people as we can. I do want to mention that if you have applied for online and have actually applied for the class, if you don't live in the city, but you do work in the city, just make sure that you're letting us know that so that we can, you know, make sure that our business folks have an opportunity to attend as well.
And I know some people are having trouble with the link. I just put the longer link in there in the chat box. The shorter link, the wpp.org/climatesmart, is literally, it's just a shorthand URL that you would type into your browser and it links directly to that longer link that I put in the chat box. But the link that I just put in is the actual one that you can click on. So hopefully that will help you guys. And again, if you have any questions, I will be sending a follow-up email, and I'm dropping my email now in the chat. If you do have any specific questions, I know some people have commented with some kind of personal questions that we can address outside of this, this live program. So we'll get in touch with you to address some of those. We do have another question about, do you have any recommended reading lists for participants or those that are interested in the program? And I'm sure Penny and I can get together and kind of put together a list that we can send out, maybe even with a follow-up email if we can chat real quick. But if not, we will send out some information to you guys. All right, so it looks like the form is still not available. If you guys are having any issues, just email me. Again, my email is echristian@wpp.org. I'm pretty much handling all the back end things logistically. So just let me know if you're having any issues. It seems to be working. We were receiving applications this morning, so it was working then, but I'll double check right after this program. So.
And I see that someone asked if we don't fill up with West Palm Beach residents and businesses, would we open it up to county residents? Absolutely. We've just had we've really had a great response to this program. And that is telling us that this is what we need to be making available to you. So yes, I don't know that there will be any openings, but yes, if there are, we would certainly let county people fill it up.
All right, it looks like some other people are getting their applications in right now. They've reported back it is working. So again, if you are having trouble, just let me know, echristian@wpp.org. And with that, I think we're gonna close out the program. Thank you all for joining us today. We do appreciate all of your interest in this program. And again, if you aren't able to be approved and have a seat in this class for these upcoming dates, just keep in mind that we will have May and June dates released soon. So we will get that out to you. And thank you all. Hope you have a happy Friday and a happy weekend. Thank you, and hope to see you again for another Friday program.
Thanks so much, Al.
Bye.